Hi everyone. Thanks for joining me for class again in a flipped mode. I'm hoping what this again kind of illustrates to you is, when you're teaching and when you're in the classroom, there might be times and actual times when flipped is the better pedagogy to use than even face-to-face, okay? And I have kind of an extreme example here, but even at the college level, you guys, I wouldn't be able to do the same things that I am going to have you do if you would have joined me in lecture. About the only way this would have worked is if everybody came with a device and probably a laptop and so forth. And so I'm just trying to illustrate that when you make pedagogical decisions as a teacher, keep this one in mind, especially when you need students to review online materials or use online tools and that kind of a thing. It works very well, okay? So what I'd like to do is I'm just going to kind of narrate you through this class because and I kind of want to warn you that it is going to take you some time if you do it well. And I think for the end result that we want, which in this case is going to be, you are going to do a mini lesson. I'm going to call it a mini lesson using Explain Everything, teaching some type of math content. And please remember, you guys, you want to keep it simple, okay? Because what we're going to have you do is really just a 5-minute lesson. 5 minute, it will probably seem like a lifetime to some of you, but it goes pretty fast. But you just want these little mini lessons. You can't teach a whole maybe fraction big lesson because you guys, you'll do that. These are just kind of remedial lessons and those kinds of things. So just keep that in mind as we go forward here, okay? So hopefully, obviously, you've already got to the introduction. Next, I'd like you to, this is another video, but this is Carrie Hillman, Technology Integration Specialist from Nevada, and she has a short video for you to kind of set the context. And when you think about it, we're almost giving you a problem-based learning environment because we want you to create a solution for the students. But what she's going to do here is give you kind of an introduction to self-paced math and why their district does it, and then give you the challenge and remind you, you guys, for this assignment, you are not making it for me or your lab instructors. You're really making it for those students at Nevada schools, because really we won't probably be able to use all of them unless they're all good, but we will select some of them for Carrie and the teachers to have a look at, and then you can see, or hopefully give us permission, and then the students will actually use them, okay? So that video. You guys, these next two videos are just tutorials of Explain Everything. This guy is a little bit, he's kind of animated, especially at the beginning, but it is a good video. You guys, please make sure you watch this one because this one will prepare you for lab next week. This one I think is just another good one that if you have time you can have a look at it. It talks about iPads in the schools and those kinds of things, and so it's okay. It's not too bad, okay? Next is what content will students need to know. Okay, this, you guys, is going to take you to a site that I have a link to Iowa Common Core in math, okay? For this assignment, I am going to situate you in 2nd, 3rd, or 4th grade, okay? So even those of you in ECE, okay, listen, you're going to have to do a lesson in 2nd or 3rd grade math. Elementary, you guys can pick 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. So what you'll want to do is go in here, and this is how you can kind of figure out, what do they teach in 3rd grade? as you can see, there's 5 different unit areas that they teach: numbers and operations, fractions, measurement and data, geometry. You guys can pick any of those areas, but then what you'll want to do, you guys, is get into these areas and kind of really go down to the standard level to kind of figure out, okay, this is the standard that I'm going to address, but I'm even going to break it down further than that, because you guys, you probably can't address an entire standard in 5 minutes, right? So you're just doing a piece of this standard, but it's this standard that you choose that will help you with this, okay? That will guide you in your design of this mini lesson. Also, I've put up these I actually got from Nevada, and this is kind of an easy way of how they look at some of those standards. So if you want to look at it this way, we're okay with that. But just kind of, this might help you break it down into those small mini lesson bits, okay? And those are posted for only 3rd and 4th. Sorry, they don't have those prepared like that in the for the 2nd grade. I just want you to also note, here's a message from a 3rd grade, from the 3rd, 4th grade teacher that is using self-paced math in the classroom. And what she's doing here is she's pointing out problem areas. These are the standards. These are the math content that she feels her students need remedial videos. Now, you can choose to do these, or you can do something that you found in the big picture standards, okay? So it doesn't make any difference either way, okay? And then here's one from Mrs. Hillman on the 2nd grade math, because we have students in 3rd grade that are doing 2nd grade math, and actually they're looking to remediate again, differentiate again in terms of these skills, okay? So kind of keep that in mind. These materials are here. You really have to kind of look at them carefully to select the content knowledge that you'll be talking about or that you'll be teaching, okay? Okay, now we're down to 7. 7 is the instructional videos. Oh, wait a minute. Well, this is okay. I'll go to 7. You guys, these are just examples of already instructional videos that are in the self-paced lessons. These are just done by people that they find online and so forth to put into the classes and their online material. So again, you don't have to look at all of them, but I'd look at some of them to kind of give you an idea of what these are and how you can give instruction to the student. I think that would be a good idea. I'm going to go back up to the 3rd and 4th grade. You guys, we are actually on their Canvas site right now. And so what Carrie did was she gave us a password, and I think this is guest 1234 201 ISU. Log in. I didn't do it right. Let me see what it is. Test. And then I had it backwards. So let me go in. It's ISU 201, and it's test 1 2. Oops. Test 1 2 3 4. Please log in. There we go. Okay, now we're on their Canvas site, and I know this is a little bit off. Let me move it over just a little bit. This is Canvas, so note they are using Canvas just like we will be using Canvas, and some of you probably are already, but that is a program and an integrated learning system that schools do use, K-12 schools use. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in, and here is the 3rd grade math. So this at least gives you an example of, you know, what they're doing. I think it's kind of all together maybe. But here's some lessons in geometry. And you can go in and kind of see, okay, these are the 2 lessons that they have posted already and that they're working on already this year, okay? And so, again, instead of reading a textbook and doing those kinds of things, what the students are doing they go through this module. Here's lesson 1, how to navigate Canvas and stuff. You probably won't want to do that, but you'll want to get down into here. How can I understand that shapes are in different categories? So here's the introduction, here's the video that they watch, and then they go and do the different activities. So you guys do a couple of these, just go through them so that you can kind of see what they're doing and how they're doing it. It's kind of fascinating, actually. So I think you'll just enjoy thinking about it differently. Again, Carrie will kind of explain the idea behind it. Okay? Okay. In the last, if I shorten my screen up here, I'm trying. What I have for you in the last examples here, I'll get it in the screen, are storyboard examples, because what you'll really want to do, you guys, is planning this lesson is like planning a story. Okay, so you've already done that even in coding. But your learning task is you're going to create this instructional video that teaches a targeted math concept. Keep it simple, mini lesson, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th grade, okay? And so what you'll want to do is your first screen, your lesson title, is going to have grade level. So you pick the grade level, your learning goal. What do you want students to learn? What are they going to learn as a result of this mini lesson? List the Iowa Core Math Standard, the number and the text associated with it, okay? Your name, and then just a brief summary of the lesson. Some people maybe put the summary on a second slide, and that's just fine. Okay, you can split it up if you want, but do this intro first. And then what you will do is you will start planning out your lesson. So what's the text that you need? What is the graphics that you need? With Explain Everything, you'll see that you can draw. So you'll maybe want to draw. You might want to just write the text. You will narrate during the lesson. But you do have to plan it. So I would really highly recommend Google Slides. Create it with Google Slides, and then come with that prepared in lab so that you can create it while you're in lab, okay? Then you just go, what's the next thing that I would show the students in the lesson, and then even what's the next one, okay? You just kind of float through those. So these storyboards, again, here's just some examples to expose you to some more, but in reality, you guys, really what you want to do is, I think you'd want to maybe plan it out with Google Slides or something like that, okay? So last but not least is the exit ticket. You guys, this one is kind of, sorry, not now, it's in my live form. You'll want to, it's just some short questions that you'll fill out, and I would like those done by Sunday night. So you have a pretty good solid week to work on these materials. But as you can see, you guys, they'll be up there afterwards too, but you just need to kind of work through this one because there's a lot to it in learning their content, learning their curriculum, all that kind of stuff. So again, your big idea will be that you will create a mini lesson for those 3rd or 4th grade students in Nevada to use in order to teach them a math concept, okay? We would like this done before you come to lab, like have the lesson planned out before you come to lab next week. And again, I would strongly urge you to plan that out in Google Slides, okay? Okay, have fun. This is being a teacher for sure, okay? And you're contributing to actual student learning. Thanks.